These things have always scared me as easy as they come apart. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like that right there, they literally, when you take one spring, they literally fall apart. It's amazing that they stay together like that. Alright, that's the removal of the standard stuff. Now I have to remove the backing plate, move everything down to the stock basic bare spindle, and then we'll do the addition. Backing plate and the wheel cylinder come off together. By removing the backing plate, bolts, 4 bolts are out. The wheel cylinder is still attached. Moves as one unit. Bare spindle. We're ready for installation of the OE disc brake kit. Bracket will go on with spacers between back side of spindle and bracket face as such. Tighten 3 bolts, tightening the bracket to the spindle using the torque sheet provided with the kit. We torque these to the value specified with the torque sheet and comes with the kit. Now we're going to install the rotor. Rotor bearings and seals. We removed the race that came in the rotor and installed the race that comes with the actual bearing itself. Alright, you'll pack your bearings with your wheel grease. After your bearings are packed, they will be installed using a wheel seal driver. It's wheel seal in place. It completely covers the actual race. One whack drives it in. If you do not have a wheel seal driver, you can use the plain hammer and just lightly get it started on one side and work it around as you go. This is your standard backyard practice, accepted worldwide. Spindle's clean, wheel bearings packed. Insert rotor over spindle. Insert newly packed new wheel bearing. Install existing spindle nut washer and use your existing spindle nut. Tightening your spindle nut. There's several different ways to do this. If you're an experienced mechanic, everybody seems to have their own different ways to do it. There's torque values. The way I do it, I tighten the nut down. I completely seat the nut to seat the bearings, and I'll back off of it. Tighten the nut back up until the free play's gone. At that point, what we're trying to do is take all the play out of the bearings without preload on the bearings. And the way to tell whether the bearings are preloaded or not is whether you're able to move this washer behind the nut. I work the play out of the rotor. If you tighten it to the point to where this washer will not slide behind that nut, your bearings are definitely too tight. You've got too much torque on it. Play gone out of rotor. Clay still in washer. At that point, I install my castle. We will install the cotter key. To install the dust cap, I just used a piece of pipe, same ID as the OD on the. There's several different ways to do this. This is the easiest way. In. Next, I assemble the brake line to the caliper. You can do this step on the car with the caliper on the car. It seems to be a little easier for me to put the line on it on the table. Okay, the banjo will come out of the caliper straight. You will have 2 brass washers for each side. One will go on one side of the banjo bolt. One goes on the banjo bolt on the other side of the banjo. With this item being called the banjo bolt, this is the banjo. These brass washers are actually just what they are. They're washers. They will seal the brake. Without these washers, you will have a brake leak. And give it a good, tight, snug pull. All right, now in time to install calipers and pads over rotor. I install inner pad. You will want to slide the sleeves back so it will clear the bracket. Throw outer pad on floor. Okay, install outer pad. Now I drape the pads over the rotor with my brake pins coming in from the back side. Now it's just a matter of tightening the actual caliper bolts. If you'll notice, when you turn your wheels, the existing OE stop will come interference, will come interference with the brake line. This stop needs to be trimmed out to where the brake line will go over the top of it. If you do not trim this stop off, you're going to break your brake line fitting. Now, we have our steering stop trimmed to where they will clear the brake lines and calipers with no interference. At this point, the frame tab can be attached to the frame rail. Sure, you have travel. Run your tires left and right through full travel to make sure that you have plenty of extension on the line. At that point, when you get this in, I highly recommend replacing your stock steel line. These lines are 40 years old. They rust and deteriorate from the inside out. You can't see it. You have a new caliper, you have new master cylinders, you have new flex lines. This line's full of trash. Do away with this line if at all possible. And that's it. And that's that.